Hey guys, my name is Jovana and I identify as a Mexican American straight female. I'm a first generation student and I am a pre-nursing major. I have an older brother and a younger sister, and all three of us were born and raised here in Reno, Nevada. We did, however, live in Mexico for 1 to 2 years because my mom was deported when I was 5 years old. My parents are now here in the US and they are immigrants. They are both from Mexico, Guanajuato, San Francisco del Rincon. They grew up in a traditional Mexican household, so they implemented the same values and beliefs onto my siblings and I. They grew up with Catholic beliefs, but they later switched to Christianity, and so we were raised with Christian beliefs. And I think with these Christian beliefs, my parents have become very close-minded on new ideas, and they believe in traditional roles for men and women. They believe that men should work and they provide, and that women should stay home, cook and clean. And so at my house we only speak Spanish, so English is my second language. And with the traditional Mexican household, speaking out on opinions or correcting someone is out of the question. So going to school is very different. I can express my opinion here, where at home I cannot on certain issues. My parents are very close-minded to new ideas. They are close-minded on ideas such as same-sex marriage, gun control, pro-choice, and religion. They have very different opinions as to what we see here on campus. They respect these different opinions, but they do not support it. And I grew up to have those same beliefs. Coming to a community like UNR, it was interesting to see the diversity regarding things I was brought up to believe were wrong. Attending UNR has really helped me become more understanding of issues people face with different identities. I had no idea that discrimination went to a bigger level, just beyond race. And it was interesting to see all these different discrimination towards gender and towards different identities. And so going into GRI 201, I did not expect to discuss certain topics we did, just because at my house, they are not accepted to talk about, and so that was just very different for me in many aspects. I didn't expect to be able to express my opinion in the classroom setting, but that's just how I was raised, to not speak out of turn or to not speak on something that's controversial. And so without GRI 201, I don't think I would have ever really thought about my identity other than Hispanic. When I learned that the right term for my identity is Chicana, I was very surprised because I thought that was something completely different, and my whole life I've been thinking that I am Hispanic, which is not the case. And so without GRI 201, I never really would have thought about my identity in depth. And I never really would have thought to see white people learn about other cultures in depth like we did cover in GRI 201. And there were many issues discussed in the classroom. And I know as a Mexican American, there have been many issues today portrayed in the media, especially with our new president. But some of these issues aren't as bad as they were back then, when Chicanos had to fight for their right to get an education in the same schools as white people, or even get human working conditions. Though there are still issues with jobs because immigrants don't have a choice but to deal with these conditions, I do, however, think education has become more accessible to people of color. And I think this is because universities benefit from diversity. Otherwise, I don't think we could have the opportunity to attend colleges or universities with white people. And without the civil rights movement of Chicanos and all the activists, I don't think I would have this privilege of even making this video or presenting to you guys, or even of being in the same classroom as a white person. But I think moving forward, we should learn to listen to each other, because I did see lack of that in our own classroom setting. And I think if we really want to conclude the issues that are still presented to this day, we should just learn to listen to each other so we can become one as a nation, and we could really look beyond these racial issues. Although they will always be present, I think we can at least fix some of the issues that are at hand.